Hello everyone and welcome to South Kitsap High School and this evening's high school football contest between the South Kitsap Wolves and the Cougars from Central Kitsap. I'm Darren Bowden, and joining me again in the booth this week is former SK standout Scott Yingling and South Kitsap senior Kevin Nod. The Cougars come into tonight's game with a record of 2-2 and cannot but help think about last year's 21-0 loss at Central Kitsap. The Wolves enter tonight with a 3-1 record and have won 3 straight, so they have a lot of momentum going into the kickoff. Well, the weather is absolutely beautiful here at Joe Knowles Field, and we have near perfect conditions. The temperature at game time is near 70 degrees, and there is no rain in sight. Scott, we'll start with you. South Kitsap's on a 3-game winning streak, and what can we expect from them tonight?
Well, as you know, Darren, the Wolves won last week against Bremerton, but the win wasn't as large as some people may have thought. I expect to see a lot of more offense tonight from South, especially in the passing game. I think we're going to see Anthony Fine air out that big gun of his. I also think we're going to see a lot from Ryan Cole and a lot of big holes opening from that offensive line. Turnovers I don't think will be a problem in tonight's game because, like you said, the weather. So I'm excited to see some exciting, hard-hitting football tonight.
Well, the weather last week sure had an effect, especially on Bremerton, as it created several turnovers for them. And Kevin, what do you think we can look for from the Cougars of Central Kitsap?
Well, CK lost last week to Gig Harbor 33-7. They committed 7 turnovers and had a blocked punt, but that doesn't mean anything to them because they say SK is the biggest game of the year. They want to avenge the tight game from last year, which SK won 21-0. But the game was closer than the final score because it was 7-0 until midway through the fourth quarter. On defense, CK is very committed to stopping the run, so Anthony Fine might be able to air it out tonight.
Well, we are just about ready for the kickoff as all the captains from both squads have just met at midfield, and it looks as if the Cougars have won the toss and they have elected to receive, so they will put the Wolves first on the defensive side. The South Kitsap Wolves again will be coming into tonight's game with that powerful running attack led by number 34 Ryan Cole, and with the big offensive line that he has, Scott, averaging almost 245 pounds, you've got to imagine he's going to be gaining some yards tonight.
Well, I think South will do very good on the running game because, like you said, that big offensive line creating holes last week. I think they did have a few problems because of the wetness and the slickness of the field, but I think tonight, there's going to be good footing. Slippery rock isn't going to be so slippery, and I expect to see a lot of exciting plays tonight. A lot more breakouts, a lot of big-time passes, and just like you said, a lot of holes from that offensive line, holes that you can drive a Mack truck through.
Well, deep to receive for the Central Kitsap Cougars will be number 7, Scott Labaugh, and number 34, Dustin Wilson, as Jimmy French goes for the onside kick early on. The ball is fumbled around, but it looks like the Cougars from Central Kitsap will recover. So a little trickery here at the beginning of this game as the Wolves went for an onside kick, and it was all for naught. And it was fumbled around there a little bit by both sides, but the Cougars will take over first down and 10 from about the 36-yard line.
It looked like Central Kitsap got real lucky on that play, Darren and Kevin, because I saw number 25, Tyler Mayfield, jump after that ball. Had he got a few more inches, I think we'd be going South Kitsap, going the other way.
As the officials are getting everything set here, the chain crew ready to go on the sideline. At quarterback tonight for the Cougars will be number 12, Dylan Robbins. They send a man in motion. They hand the ball off to number 31, Eric Roy. He gets out to the left, and he is dragged down in Wolves territory after a nice gain of about 16 yards. So right off the bat, the Cougars run left off tackle for a big gain.
And Darren, from what I hear, Eric Roy is one of the best running backs in the state, so SK should have their hands full tonight.
At 6'1", 195 pounds and a senior, he's got a lot of experience. So the Cougars, will have the ball just past at the 44-yard line. They hand the ball off to Roy again. He heads off right guard, but he is met by the Wolves at the line of scrimmage, and he's going nowhere. So after a big first play from scrimmage, the second play on another first down, the Cougars will get nowhere. They might get a couple on the play.
Actually, Darren, that looked like it was number 20, Mike Kluge. CK looks like it has a 1-2 punch just like the South with Maury and Cole.
It looks like we have a player down on the field, Darren and Kevin. I'm not sure who the player is. I believe it's number...
Well, we're not sure, but at first glance, it looked like it was number 99, Travis Julian, but we can't confirm that right away as the trainers from South Kitsap and Central Kitsap have come out onto the field. We hope that everything will be okay. So we've only had a couple of plays from scrimmage, but Central Kitsap had a big play from just on their side past midfield around the 36-yard line. They got a big gain of about 16 yards, and on the second play from scrimmage, we've got an injury right now. So hopefully everything will be okay.
Let me use this injury timeout just to remind you guys that Wolf Tracks, our student-produced magazine show, is shown every Thursday evening at 7:30, right here on BKAT, Channel 3 in Port Orchard and Channel 12 in Bremerton. Featuring the current edition, find out how recent levy failures are impacting our junior high extracurricular activities, a profile of SK outstanding volleyball team, highlights of a recent SK pep assembly, and much, much more. That's Wolf Tracks, Thursday evening at 7:30 on BKAT.
Well, the injured player for the Cougars is number 59, Steve Begley, a 5'9", 230-pound lineman. So he limps off the field. Looks like it could be his right knee as he is helped off the field by the trainers. And it will be second down and 9 yards to go for the Cougars early on.
With an injury like that, every lineman in the crowd that's played the line before, they all kind of cringe because you know, especially with size like that, the first thing to go are the knees, Darren and Kevin.
So the Cougars come out, 2nd and 9, 2 backs. They hand the ball off to Roy. He gets off the right side, makes a quick cutback, and he gets past the 30-yard line down to about the 29, and that'll be another first down, a gain of about 10 yards.
Well, the Central Kitsap offense is coming right at South Kitsap. They're going around. They're going right up the middle. Tonight's going to be an exciting football game, fellas. I expect to see a lot of action.
Yeah, we'll have to see if linebackers Lowell Bosch and Ryan Garrison can come up and make that stop on that running back.
So early on, Eric Roy for the Cougars has been carrying quite a load and has gained over 30 yards on 2 carries. As the Cougars come out in 1st and 10, man in motion, they hand the ball off to number 20, Kluge. He heads straight up the middle. He breaks a few tackles, and he gets across the 20-yard line, and it looks like it'll be another first down. So the Cougars have a strong running attack going early on here in the first period. Mike Kluge and Eric Roy for the Cougars have been sharing the running duties here, and they've been really tearing apart that South Kitsap defensive line. So they're doing a nice job here early on in the game as the Cougars come out, again with Kluge and Roy in the backfield. They hand the ball off to Roy. He gets off the left side. He's going to dance into the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown, Central Kitsap.
It looked like South Kitsap was in a rush defense, and it looked like everybody just got fooled. There was no safety on the play. Everybody was up to ready to rush, and I think South Kitsap just got too spread out, and he danced in the end zone.
Like you said, Scott, the safety, Matt Morey, he was way in the middle of the field. He wasn't over there. There was nobody on that side of the field, and CK just pranced right into that end zone.
Eric Roy got the handoff and went in from 17 yards out as the Central Kitsap Cougars are on the board first with 10:03 remaining in the first quarter as they attempt the point after touchdown. The kick is up, and it is no good. It is wide left. But the Cougars strike early with a touchdown run of 17 yards by Eric Roy, and the Cougars lead the South Kitsap Wolves 6-0. So a bit of a surprise here early on by the Cougars.
You might see SK looking a little stunned out there. CK came out and scored really quickly in that first quarter.
As you can see here, Roy got the handoff, made a little cut back to the right, as we're going to have here's the replay here. Mannon was set in motion. They handed the ball. There's a nice big hole there, and number 24, Matt Morey, just couldn't catch up to Roy, so he was able to dance into the end zone for 6 points.
Well, we'll see what South Kitsap can do. We know that South Kitsap is not going to lay down right now. This is the time when South will get going. Even though they scored with 2 minutes in the first quarter, I think we have a lot of exciting football ahead of us.
The kicking duties tonight for the Cougars will be by number 65, Eric Forbes, as he kicks the ball down, and looks like this play is going to come back.
Looks like offsides by the kicking team.
Looks like they're going to move this back a little bit as number 24, Matt Morey, and number 44, Victor Valle, were back to receive for the Wolves. And it was an offside on the kicking team, so they're going to scoot that ball back another 5 yards and re-kick.
That's the hardest thing to do on the kickoff team, is to stay back behind your kicker. You only have 5 yards to get going and start heading down that field.
Well, the CK Cougars have to be wary about the 2 receivers for the Wolves back in Morey and Valles. Both of them are excellent runners, especially Matt Morey, who's really quick. And it's a short kick, and it looks like it's going to be Valle at about the 19-yard line, but he slips. As he received the pass, he slipped, and the knee went down, and it will be spotted at the 19-yard line. So the Wolves will take over here after the kickoff, and we'll see what they can do with their powerful running attack as well.
Well, Victor Valle, he's a sophomore. If he would have had that ball, I think we'd have seen some action from him, because he's a quick kid. He can not only go north and south, but, man, if he gets out in that open field, I feel bad for those defensive backs, because they're going to have a tough time catching that kid.
Wolves come out in their traditional I formation. Cole is the tailback. They pitch the ball to Cole out to the right side. He makes a cut up the middle. He gets out to the right. And he's going to get about 6 yards on the play to the 25-yard line.
On that play, number 31, Josh Chilton, the wide receiver on that side, came in and made a devastating hit to number 80, Ian Stevenson.
That was a crush. I mean, he really leveled him.
He had a lot of running room there, and it was a nice block by Chilton, and he was able to pick up 6 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4 as the Wolves send 2 wideouts to the left, Mayfield and Chilton. Fine is in the shotgun. He takes about a 3-step drop. He's got Chilton open, and then he dropped it. Chilton had running room, nothing but green grass in front of him. The ball was thrown a little bit behind him, and he dropped it. Incomplete. And if he catches that, gentlemen, that could be 6 points.
That's one thing we didn't see last week, was a Fine dropping back in that shotgun formation. With the raining conditions last week, they didn't want that ball slipping away.
The Cougars didn't have anybody back. It looked as if they had come up for the run, and Chilton had a lot of room, but incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down and 4 yards to go as the Wolves come out in another I formation. Fine with the handoff to Cole. He cuts back left. He shakes a tackle. He gets out to the left-hand side. He's crossed the 30. He's at the 20. There goes Cole. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. 10. Touchdown, South Kitsap. Ryan Cole.
Look at that block by Tyler Mayfield. He really sprung Ryan Cole loose. That was a crushing block by Tyler Mayfield there.
That is traditional South Kitsap football right there. Everybody doing their job, and even some of the guys that broke through that line, those linemen from CK, Ryan Cole just shook him, got to the outside. Tyler Mayfield with an excellent block. Ryan Cole going 70 yards for a touchdown.
What a nice run by Ryan Cole as he gets out to the left side, and the South Kitsap Wolves answer the touchdown by the Central Kitsap Cougars as they get ready for the extra point. Jimmy French with the kick. The kick is up, and it is good, as the South Kitsap Wolves score here with 9:04 remaining in the first quarter and lead the Cougars 7-6. That was a 65-yard touchdown run by Ryan Cole.
It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be back and forth tonight, all night, fellas. The Cougars came out. They scored with 2 minutes into the first quarter.
See, watch this, guys. Number 25, Tyler Mayfield will make a crushing block. Right about there. See you right there.
That was a great block by number 25, Tyler Mayfield, to spring Cole out to the left. And without that block, Cole may not have been able to get in, so he did. But anyways, what a great run by Ryan Cole. And the traditional, the very strong South Kitsap running attack, they answer. And so far, gentlemen, in the first 4 minutes of the game, we are seeing strong showings by the running game from each side. As French kicks off, it's received by number 7, Scott Labaugh. Oh, and there's a late flag that's coming in, and that could be a late hit out of bounds. A costly penalty early.
I believe it is, Darren. I believe number 35, Sam Rogers, and number 5, Gary Snyder, hit number 3, or number 5, Derek Rutledge. We'll be getting an instant replay on that here.
And you'll see on this replay that he's clearly stepped out of bounds before they hit him.
You have to have enough control to pull back from hitting the runner. Oh, and he was clearly out of bounds. So that's going to be a costly penalty for the Wolves.
Well, we'll see what South Kitsap defense can do after that scoring drive that only took 1 minute.
Well, the Cougars send 2 men out to the right, out to the left. There's a pass drop back, and it is incomplete. The pass by Dylan Robbins out to the left flat, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Cougars.
That pass looked like it had no chance of being complete. A.J. Edwards was right there to knock it down if it had made it to the receiver, but it was severely underthrown.
So with the early running game going for the Cougars, they come out on their second series of plays passing the ball. Robbins under center. They have 3 wideouts, 1 lone setback. They hand the ball off to Roy. Roy gets in. He slips on the turf, and he doesn't get very far. As the ball was handed off to Roy, it looks like he didn't get his footing underneath him. He slipped and fell, and they're going to mark the ball at about the 43-yard line. It'll be 3rd down for the Cougars.
Even with the dry conditions tonight, we're seeing a little slipping going on. The field might be damp from the sprinklers or something, but even though, I think we are going to see a lot of running tonight.
Well, this field can be awfully slippery at times, and we'll have to see how the Cougars respond to this under pressure. 3rd down, two backs in the backfield. Labaugh goes in motion. They look to pass. There's Robbins. He overthrows his intended receiver, number 86, Garrett Jackson, incomplete. So 3 quick plays, and the Cougars will have to kick it away to the Wolves.
That's definitely a different team than we saw the first 2 minutes of the first quarter right there. Now we're going to start seeing a little more defense from South, and I fully expect to see a little more defense from CK when South comes back out for their second offensive drive.
I'm a little surprised that the Cougars came out throwing so much after the running game was so successful in their first series, but the kicking will be done by number 14, Adam Roy, as he gets the kick. It's a low line drive kick. It'll be fielded by number 5, Gary Snyder. He picks the ball up. He's at the 40. He gets to the 30, then he's up to the 40-yard line. He fielded it at the 30. It's going to be about a 12-yard return where the ball will be marked at the 42-yard line where the Wolves will take over, 1st and 10. Well, we'll see what the Wolves can do coming out here as Chilton is running out onto the field. As the entire team was by the sideline, they get the play right there, and they're just going to run out and line up on the line of scrimmage. Chilton is split right. Mayfield split left. Cole is the tailback. Fine looks over the defense. 1st and 10 for the Wolves. They hand the ball off to Cole. He goes straight up to tackle. There he goes. There goes Ryan Cole. He gets out to the left. He crosses the 50. He gets down to the 42-yard line. What a run by Ryan Cole. And early on, Cole is getting huge holes from that offensive line.
Ryan Cole, 2 runs, 2 huge gains. Like I said in the beginning of the game, I expect to see huge things out of number 34, Ryan Cole, a junior, who is getting humongous holes from the offensive line. They're the guys down in the trenches. They're really kicking their butt, And I fully expect to see a lot more runs like that tonight.
And credit left tackle number 79, Jeff Rio, for helping contribute to those big holes on the left. Fine takes a little three-step jump. He's got Chilton. He's not going to get caught. He's at the 10, 5, touchdown, South Kitsap.
What a beautiful pass by Anthony Fine. That was right in stride to Josh Chilton.
Josh Chilton didn't even have to break stride. He looked, caught the ball, kept running. It was as if he was handed the ball mid-stride.
Chilton did a little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, lined up on the right side. Anthony Fine dropped back 3 steps through a perfect spiral to Chilton, who made the nice catch and went in from 42 yards out. And again, the Wolves are back on the board here as they attempt the PAT by Jimmy French.
This is the signs of an experienced team here to come back really quickly like this and score 14 points.
And the kick is up, and it is no good. It is wide left, but the Wolves are on the board again as they lead the Central Kitsap Cougars 13-6 with 7:22 to go in the first quarter. And gentlemen, it looks like we're going to have a big shootout today. I think we're going to get a replay on that. It was just well executed, and Fine had a lot of time. Oh, what a nice throw by Fine to Chilton, and there's just no way that that the defense could catch up as Chilton beat number 34, Dustin Wilson, on the slant in and ran in from 42 yards out for the touchdown. So we're seeing a little bit of running and passing by the Wolves as the Central Kitsap Cougars will be back to receive.
We see a huge difference in South Kitsap offense than from last week. Don't know if it was the rain or what it was, but South Kitsap is coming out firing, scoring 2 touchdowns in just over 4 minutes with just under 200 yards of total offense.
Number 34, Dustin Wilson, will take the ball. He heads up to the left-hand side. He's trying to get outside, but he is met. He shakes a tackle, and he is met by another pack of Wolves just past the 20-yard line. So he did a little more running north and east and west than he probably should have north and south. And the ball will be placed at about the 22-yard line where the Cougars will take over 1st and 10. And I would imagine that we're going to see a little more of the running game from the Cougars here with just over 7 minutes to go in the first quarter.
That was a great job by Chilton on that touchdown catch to make up for the other one he dropped. So it was a nice catch, though.
Robbins looks over the defense. They hand the ball off to number 20, Mike Kluge, who gets out to the left side for a nice gain. Looks like it'll be a gain of 5 yards, 2nd down and 5 to go for the Cougars. We'll call that 2nd down and 6. He got about 4 on the play. As a few other substitutions come into the game for the Cougars. The Cougars come out, 2 men in the backfield. They send a man in motion, that's Labaugh. They hand the ball off to a draw. There goes Roy. He gets out to the left side. He powers over a couple of Wolves, and he gets across the 1st down marker for a gain of about 8 yards, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Cougars.
If I were that Central Kitsap coaching staff right now, I'd be thinking to myself, you know, we probably should stick to the running game because right now they're doing an excellent job executing all the offensive lines is executing all their blocks, and number 31, Eric Roy, is doing a wonderful job running the ball for Central Kitsap right now.
Robbins looks over the defense. They send Labaugh in motion. They stop him. They hand the ball off to, that looked like it was number 20, Kluge. So Kluge and Roy sharing the running responsibilities tonight for the Cougars. He gets a nice pickup of about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4 yards to go for the Cougars.
And this is what CK did on the first drive, too. Nibbled away for a little bit, then broke it open for the big run. So South Kitsap needs to bear down and stop them here.
The Wolves have to be wary of the pass, however. Robbins hands the ball off to Kluge again. Kluge dances into the middle. Oh, but he's met by number 24, Matt Morey. A nice tackle by Morey, because if he'd high-stepped over him, he could have gone for a much bigger gain, but nice tackle by Matt Morey. But still, he gets across that 1st down marker, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougs. So once again, this powerful Cougar running attack is gaining several yards, and they're doing a nice job of controlling the clock here as there's just over 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Wolves still lead 13-6. 2 men split left. Robbins hands the ball off to Roy, and he's going nowhere, and he's hit hard by a couple of Wolves. He might have been able to, his forward progress might have moved him up to midfield, and it'll be 2nd down and 8 yards to go. So again, they hand the ball off to Roy, who is showing us quite a bit tonight from the powerful running game that the Cougars are showing.
That was a great job by the front four of SK. They really clogged that up, and he had nowhere to go. He had to try to bounce it outside off that line, but a linebacker was there to tackle him.
LeBas splits left. They hand the ball off to Kluge. He dances off on the left side, but he's not going very far. Again, he's met by several members of that South Kitsap defense.
The initial hit was taken by number 13, Ryan Garrison. And if you've noticed here in the first couple defensive stops by South Kitsap, the linebackers have been a key role in stopping the Central Kitsap Cougars. Number 91, Lowell Bosch, has come up the middle a few times on a rush and really plugged up that middle.
Something noticed watching last week's game and this week's game is that swarming defense. They gang tackle those guys.
It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Cougars. LeBas goes in motion to the right. Oh, and that hard count looks like it's going to be offside. We're not sure who moved first. We'll have to wait and see if the offense drew the defense offside. Robbins indicating it's against the Wolves. We'll wait for the officials' call here, and they are. They're going to scoot South Kitsap back. Offside on the defense, and that will be an automatic 1st down. So that penalty right there will be a costly one against South Kitsap, and the Cougars will have a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Robbins drops back. He's looking for LeBas. LeBas pushes off, and he's covered by number 11. Travis Vetters did a nice job. It looked as if LeBas pushed off there. I'm a little surprised there wasn't a flag thrown for offensive pass interference, but no call was made. They could have deemed that the pass was uncatchable.
But that was still nice coverage by number 11, Travis Vetters. This guy who goes both ways. He's the backup quarterback to Anthony Fine and probably will be the starter next year.
It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Robbins hands the ball off to Roy, and number 31, he barrels over a couple of Wolves. He gets past the 35-yard line, almost will make it at the 34. It'll be 3rd down for Central Kitsap.
That was a great first hit by Dominic Rio. He got leveled, but he held on and didn't let him go anywhere.
Well, that's a good example of South Kitsap tackling right there. If you don't get the guy, with the initial hit, you just grab on, hang on, and wait for the troops to come because you got 4 or 5 maroon jerseys coming after you to hit them.
So the Cougars are chipping away here. 3rd down and 3 yards to go. They hand the ball off to Roy. He powers his way over left guard, and I believe that he's going to make it to the 30-yard line, and that'll be another 1st down for the Cougars. So ball control here, highly important for both squads, and the Cougars are doing a nice job as we're going to have a timeout here with 2:37 remaining in the first quarter, and the South Kitsap Wolves lead the Central Kitsap Cougars 13-6.
At this time, we'd just like to announce the name of the 2000-2001 football cheer squad, who also put tons of time into the games and learning their cheers. Also, on Thursday nights, they come out for the late night Thursday practice, and they decorate the locker room, given each cheerleader has up to 4 or 5 different football players that they make cookies for, give cards to, and make signs for. Here they are. Seniors first: Maria Fernandez, Melissa Duque, Michaela Zern, Jamie Fedock, Jamie Surratt, Kelly Fry, and Teresa Hansen. And the juniors of the squad are Samantha Guerrero, Carrie Proctor, Nikki Washington, Kelly Evans, and Lindsay Einhaus. We'd just like to say thank you, girls, for helping out the South Kitsap football team, and keep doing a great job.
Speaking of devoting their time to this football squad, how about those managers, Dave Garrett and Nick Gage? They give their volunteer time to help this team go.
Also, kids volunteering down there are the high school athletic trainers. A couple of them, for example, are Nicole Engelbrotten and Megan Uminski, who put in tons of extra time, time when they could be doing homework or hanging out with friends. They're out with the football team, and they're repairing our fellas to make sure that, everything's working well with them.
As we're ready to resume play here after the South Kitsap timeout, the Cougars will have a 1st and 10 from just inside the 30-yard line as they pitch the ball off to Roy out to the right side, and he eludes a couple of tackles, and he's taken down by number 91, Lowell Bosch. He doesn't get much on the play, so again, they continue to pitch the ball off to Eric Roy, and he only gains about 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Cougars.
Well, just like I said before, Lobosch may have made the tackle, but with the help of Jeff Goodwin, Travis Fetters, and Matt Morey, who came in, kind of just started the tackle, hung on, waited till the troops to come, and Lobosch was able to get that stick in.
Robbins looks over the defense. They send LeBon in motion left. They hand the ball off, and LeBon gets the ball, and he's way out to the left side. He gets across the 20. He's near the 10-yard line, so a little trickery there by the Central Kitsap Cougars. They fake the handoff to Roy on the inside, and they hand the ball to LeBon, who was motion left, and caught the Wolves on surprise there, and he was able to pick up a huge gain on the play.
South Kitsap there was taken totally by surprise. There was nobody on that side of the field to tackle number 7.
After that play right there, number 33, Dominic Rio, is going to come off the field, and the sophomore, number 8, Nick Anderson, is going to come in to replace him.
A 17-yard pickup, and the Cougars will have a 1st down on the 13-yard line, and they're driving towards that end zone. They hand the ball off to Kluge. Kluge is able to get past the 10 down to about the 9. Say a gain of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Cougars. So they're inside the 10-yard line in the red zone.
It was a great job by number 58, Matthew Anderson, to make that tackle there.
The Cougars have shown good composure here on this drive as we are nearing the end of the first quarter with just under 1:20 left. They send 2 receivers to the left with Roy, the lone setback. They hand the ball off to Roy. He gets out to the right-hand side. He spins around, but he is hammered right at the 1-yard line by a couple of Wolves.
Number 88, A.J. Edwards, and number 24, Matt Morey. And also number 11, Travis Vetters.
Nevertheless, that'll give the Cougars a 1st and goal from the 1.5-yard line.
Well, this brings up a little deja vu here. I see Gig Harbor on the 1-yard line going into the end zone. Let's see what South can do. Let's see if they can keep doing it.
We'll see how the Wolves respond here on the defense. Roy's the lone setback. Kluge goes motion left. They hand the ball off to Roy, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go for Roy as the South Kitsap Wolves make a great stop here on the 1st down, heading into the end zone as we're winding down the end of the first quarter here. What a great stand by the defensive line for the Wolves.
Ryan Garrison and Jeff Rio were right there to make that stop. They kept Roy from going in that end zone.
In situations like this, that South Kitsap defensive line, they bear down and they play hard-nosed football.
It's 2nd and goal for the Cougars. And that'll be the end of the first quarter as we will get ready to switch sides here. And the South Kitsap Wolves lead the Central Kitsap Cougars 13-6, but the Cougars are driving. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line.
If you'd like an opportunity to get an inside look at the schools of South Kitsap School District, then consider signing up to take the Back to the Future bus tour. Every month, Superintendent Bill Lamont leads a tour through the local schools and even throws in a free lunch. If you'd like more information, please contact the district office at 895-3959. We'd love to have you drop by and see us. That number again is 895-3959.
And Scott, you were talking earlier about we were mentioning all of these different groups who help contribute to the strong tradition of football that runs here at South Kitsap High School. The cheerleaders, we have a large group of parents, the big student population, the coaching staff, and especially the athletic medicine trainers. And that is really the signature mark as to why South Kitsap has been so dominating and so successful, is because it's one big group effort and they all need help and they all work together. And I know for as long as I've been here, that has just been a wonderful thing that I have learned from all of these good people.
There's one thing about high school football. It's a community effort. It's not just the team. It's everybody in this community gets involved in that team.
Well, we'll see how involved everyone gets here, as we're hoping that that the Cougars might be able to get in here and make this contest even closer as they hand the ball off to Cluj, and Cluj gets in for the touchdown. So just like that, Cluj gets in from 1 yard out, and the Cougars get on the board again.
That time that offensive line opened up that hole, and Cluj went right through it.
And we thought that the Cougars might get in, and they sure did, and they're making this one heck of a contest as they will set up for the PAT. Number 65, Eric Forbes to kick. The kick is up, and it is good. So the score is tied here at 13 with 11:56 remaining in the first half.
And I know the graphic on the screen just said it was 14-13, but the score is really 13-13. CK only had 6 points heading into that touchdown.
Well, just like that, Central Kitsap comes back with that great running attack, and it's now a whole new ball game. It's 0-0 in the minds of the coaching staff and the players now. So we'll see if South Kitsap can answer, and it's a brand new ball game, fellas. Like I've been saying all night, it's going to be hard-nosed football the whole way. There's going to be no blowout. We're going to see fourth quarter action. It's going to be just like this.
Well, I think that the Cougars learned that so far in this first half of play that their running attack has been incredibly successful. The passing attack, on the other hand, still needs a little work, but you never know what could happen as Forbes kicks off, and it looks like it's going to be number 44, Victor Valles. He takes the ball at the 5-yard line. He heads up the middle, and he's stuck hard by the Cougars. He gets out to about the 20-yard line for a 15-yard return, and the Wolves will take over 1st and 10.
Number 80, Ian Stenderson, created that wedge. He busted through that wedge and made that tackle.
As the Wolves are gathered on the sideline, they'll be coming out ready to run their first play from scrimmage. So early on here in the second quarter, it only took 4 seconds, but the Cougars from Central Kitsap got into the end zone on a 1-yard touchdown run by Cluj. And the Wolves come out in their traditional I formation. Chilton split right. They fake the pass. Oh, and Fine is rushed. He stays on his feet. He throws a pass to number 19, RJ Lang. Lang makes a catch across the 40, and he's going to be down at about the 43-yard line.
What a great job by Anthony Fine to keep his feet on that play.
Fine was rushed, almost sacked in the back as we see a penalty flag down, so hold everything. Fine was rushed out of the pocket, almost sacked. He was able to elude the tackle, made a nice throw to Lang coming across the middle. And it looks like it was an inadvertent flag, so the play will stand.
I was just going to say, Darren and Kevin, penalty or no penalty, that was a great job by South Kitsap. Anthony Fine avoided that tackle, and RJ Lang keeping his route, catching that ball, and getting down the field. What an excellent job by South Kitsap.
I know we've said this a million times, but Anthony Fine doesn't have that cannon of an arm, and he can get that ball there in a hurry.
He showed nice composure there for a pickup of about 22 yards as Chilton and Mayfield split right. They hand the ball off to number 24, Matt Morey. On the dive play, he gets near midfield, and it'll be 2nd down for the Wolves.
Unlike in the past, this year, South Kitsap is really using that dive play. Number 24, Matt Morey, has been in at fullback a lot, and also number 45, Shane Starkweather, have both had a lot of yardage on that dive play, that little short handoff, and they've been getting a lot of yardage where usually that's the fullback's job to just pound through the line.
So the Wolves on the move here, near midfield. Fine hands the ball off to Cole. He goes straight up the middle, but he's tripped, and he's not going to get very much on the play. Maybe a couple. Tripped towards that first down marker. It'll be third down and short yards. Third down and short yardage for the Wolves. Third down and about 1 yard to go.
Well, here will be a clutch play, guys. If they don't get this first down, they'll have to punt it, and CK looks on a roll because they just scored.
As Shane Starkweather and Ryan Garrison come into the game, Chilton split right, and the Wolves will set up in that power I formation. They hand the ball off to Cole, and he's hit hard at the line of scrimmage, but stays on his feet, and he's able to roll right across that first down marker. What a run by Ryan Cole. He got hit hard in the backfield, but he stayed on his feet, kept his legs driving, and he got down to about the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wolves.
That's been 2 plays on this drive where the SK players have been keeping their feet. That's great job and great lay work.
And the Wolves are driving as they have now entered Cougar territory. With 9.5 minutes remaining here in the first half, the score is tied at 13. Fine with a 3-step drop. He's got R.J. Lang, and he makes the catch, and he's going to be tripped up. What a catch by R.J. Lang. Nice touch by Anthony Fine.
That ball was right over his shoulder. That was perfect pass by Anthony Fine.
R.J. Lang, number 19, the tight end. What a great catch. What a great throw by Anthony Fine. You know, that tight end, in most offenses, the tight end gets to see a lot of passes, but in the South Kitsap running defense, the tight end is mainly used as an extra blocker. But I tell you what, when R.J. Lang gets that opportunity to get that ball, he really takes the opportunity, and man, he gets some yardage.
Boy, Fine really showed composure here as he took a 3-step drop and just laid that pass up there for Lang, who broke away from the line, placed it right in there. Nice job.
And after watching that replay, what a great block by Shane Starkweather to keep that rusher off Anthony Fine. And that's one thing we didn't get to see last week was Anthony Fine throwing because of that rain. And we're seeing it tonight, and he's doing a great job.
So the South Kitsap offense is mixing it up here, and we're seeing a strong showing from both the running and the passing game, as Anthony Fine has done an excellent job here, nearing the 100-yard mark in passing yards. And the Wolves will have a 1st down and 10 to go from looks like the 17-yard line. It would be nice for the Wolves as they could get some momentum going into halftime with the bigger lead, as they do many times, and the Wolves come out in the I formation. Chilton and Mayfield split. They hand the ball off to Cole, and he stays on his feet, keeps his legs driving. Oh, he almost fell down there.
That was actually Matt Morey with that run. That was a nice run by Matt Morey.
That was number 24, not number 34. So Matt Morey gets the nice run there down to the 11-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5 yards to go for the Wolves. So Matt Morey seeing a little bit of time here at tailback.
Good thing about being on this 11 is that we're in Jimmy French's field goal range right now, so we can at least get 3 out of this probably.
And that's going to be a penalty against the Wolves, as number 58, Buddy Anderson, looked like he jumped a little early there before the line was set. They're going to scoot the Wolves back 5 yards. So almost wipe out that gain right there, scoot them back. It'll be 2nd down and 9 to go for the Wolves at the 16-yard line. So they almost scoot him back to the original line of scrimmage. Fine hands the ball off to Morey. He takes off the middle. He stays on his feet, and boy, I'll tell you, if number 25 for the Cougars, I believe that's Greg Liebachuk, if he doesn't make that tackle, Matt Morey gets into the end zone. So a touchdown-saving tackle there by Liebachuk. And the Wolves will have 3rd down and 3 yards to go as Matt Morey comes out of the game and Ryan Cole back in.
Yeah, but Libachuk there took a punishing hit on that tackle. He paid the price for making that tackle.
So Cole and Morey sharing the running duties as well. The Wolves are in the power I formation. They hand the ball off to Cole. He heads up left. He's stuck at the line of scrimmage by number 96. Holy cow, what a hit.
Don't need a measurement on this one. That one was awfully close to the first down.
Well, I don't see a number 96 on our roster, so I'm sorry, but it looked like it was number 86 possibly. Might give credit to Garrett Jackson for that tackle. But what a hit at the line of scrimmage, preventing Cole from getting the first down.
It takes a lot to stand up a guy of Ryan Cole's size, so that guy's pretty strong.
As they will bring the chains out onto the field.
Well, even as Ryan Cole was stuck, he was still moving his legs, and a lot of that leg movement has contributed to the South Kitsap weight room and all the time and effort they spend in the weight room during the summer.
And they are just short. It'll be 4th down and inches to go. Give them a couple inches. So it looks as if the Wolves are going to go for it here on 4th down. So this is a key play for both sides.
Oh yeah, this is definitely. They could take the easy 3 because this is Jimmy French's field goal range, but they want the score.
The Wolves would love a score here, but the Cougars would love to make a stop. So this is hard-nosed football going on right here as the Wolves have a power I formation. 4th down and inches. They get the ball off to Matt Morey, and he gets on the right side, and he's in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Matt Morey. In fact, I don't even think he was touched.
Once again, that big South Kitsap offensive line goes in, blocks down. You got the 2 fullbacks coming through, and Matt Morey just skates into that end zone. He could have walked in on that.
Boy, that offensive line on the right side just sealed to the left and created a huge hole for Matt Morey as he went in from short yardage to get the Wolves back on the scoreboard again here. And I think we're going to have a replay of this nice touchdown run by Matt Morey. And the kick is up, and it is good. So Matt Morey comes in at tailback for the Wolves from about 8 yards out, and he wasn't even touched, and he heads in. And after the PAT, the Wolves get back on the board with 7:29 left here in the first half, and they lead the Central Kitsap Cougars 20-13. So again, we saw a good showing from the passing and the running game as the Wolves are now gaining a little more momentum going into halftime.
I know we've mentioned it many times, but that offensive line, that big offensive line, pushed all the players to the left, and Morey went right, and he scored. Boy, isn't this shaping up to be a great game. I think we should see a lot more scoring from these guys because they're running all over these defenses.
Dustin Wilson and Scott LeBaugh back to receive for the Cougars. And Jimmy French will be kicking again for the Wolves. As the band marches on until the kickoff is made, it's a short kick and it'll be taken by LeBaugh at the 15-yard line. He gets out to the right side, tries to cut even farther to the right, but he's going to be taken down just past the 30-yard line for a gain of about 16 yards, where the Cougars will take over 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Once again, Scott LeBaugh has a great run. That kid has been doing great tonight, seeing the holes. He's been hitting them hard, and he's running well against South Kitsap.
And that was a good open field tackle by number 7, Jeff Goodwin.
Looks like the ball will be officially spotted at the 33-yard line. So they have 67 yards to try and get that ball in. He's met at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be in for a loss.
He was met at the line by number 55, Matt Christenberry. That was a hard stick by Matt, and once again, the rest of the Wolves are right there ready to get after him.
Roy didn't look like he had his feet under him at all, and he just kind of got up to the line of scrimmage slow, and he was hit with the big stick by that defensive line for the South Kitsap Wolves. In fact, he lost a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 12 for the Cougars. We're starting to see some hard hitting here from both sides as LeBaugh goes in motion. They hand the ball off to Cluj, and he's met again by those Wolves. He's not going anywhere. In fact, he's going to lose a couple of yards again. So that defense is pumped up.
He was met by number 13, Ryan Garrison, and number 33, Dominic Rio, stopped again.
It was a great job by Wolf, Dominic Rio, to get in that backfield and hit him with first.
Well, that running game for the Cougars was working early, but not on this series, as the Wolves have stopped them for negative yardage. It's going to be 3rd down and 13 to go from the 30-yard line. So the Wolves really have the momentum swinging their way as the Cougars come out of the huddle with split receivers and only one lone setback.
And if you watch the bottom of your TV screen, we saw a fresh defense come in.
Nice fake by Robbins. He throws out into the flat to Kluge, who gets out to the left side. There's nobody out there. He's going to get a nice pickup, and I believe it'll be a 1st down at almost midfield, about the 46-yard line.
We saw for the first time South Kitsap go to a 3-front defense, 3 linemen in the front, and a lot of defenders in the back, 2 safeties. That's not traditional South Kitsap defense right there. They're trying to do a little trickery, and they got punished for it.
And especially after 2 great defensive stops at the line of scrimmage for negative yardage on the running ground, on the running game, and then they go off and they give up a big pass play. So it's going to be 1st down for the Cougars at the 46. Kluge and Roy in the backfield. LeBob goes in motion. They had the ball off to Roy. He gets a big hole off the left-hand side, and he's going to be taken out past midfield, close to another 1st down.
He was ran out of bounds by number 8, Nick Anderson, who's I mentioned earlier, he's a sophomore. Obviously, he's come in to relieve number 33, the starter, Dominic Rio.
Well, the Wolves had the Cougars 3rd and long in their own territory, and then one big play gets them right back in it. And it will be another 1st down for Roy as he is reaching that 100-yard mark. In fact, I think he is over 100 yards. As they break the huddle, they send a couple of receivers out to the left.
Like we've seen before in the past offensive drives, CK is not laying down. They're coming right at South Kitsap, driving the ball hard, and I'm looking to see him in the end zone.
Robbins takes a 7-step drop. He hits a man on the left. Oh, the ball's fumbled! It's going to be recovered by the Wolves.
It was recovered by number 8, Nick Anderson.
He comes in that game for Dominic Rio, and he makes an impact immediately. I remember last week we mentioned him a couple times because he made those tackles right away.
Nick Anderson on the first play, his first varsity series last week, made a devastating hit to one of the Bremerton running backs, and now he recovers a fumble. This kid has a bright future.
Well, just like Bremerton last week, turnovers plagued them and hurt them, and already we see a turnover by the CK Cougars as number 11, DMA Lemming, caught the pass from Robbins, but he fumbled, and the ball was recovered by the Wolves as they hand the ball off to Ryan Cole, and he heads out to the left-hand side. He dances his way out near midfield, and he's going to be close to a 1st down. It'll be a pickup of about 9 yards.
And we'll see if, like last week when Bremerton turned it over and South Kitsap scored, we'll see if they can capitalize on this turnover.
So this turnover could come back and haunt the Cougars as we are nearing the end of the 1st half. With 4:40 to go in the 1st half, the Wolves still lead the Cougars 20-13, and they are on the move at midfield.
And we see number 15, Anthony Fine, come out, and the backup quarterback, the junior, Travis Vetters, go in.
So we're seeing Vetters get a little time in here as they're looking for Chilton off on the side. Oh, and he almost catches the ball.
Just out of his reach. That was just a little too far. What a great pass from Travis Vetters to come in and be able to make that kind of throw.
You got to give credit to Travis Vetters on that play. What an excellent pass. And you have to say, one more step and Chilton would have had that. That was an excellent varsity-level pass right there.
That was a nice pass by Vetters. He let him just a little too much off the outstretched fingertips of number 31, Josh Chilton. And it'll be 3rd down and 1 yard to go at midfield for the Wolves.
But with Vetters in like this, you hope that Anthony Fine's not hurt or anything.
As they hand the ball off to Ryan Cole, and there is a penalty flag that came flying in from the back judge from about the 30-yard line, and I think that they're going to be bringing this one back. Might be a holding call or an illegal block in the back. Cole picked up about 6 yards, and it's going to be against the Cougars.
I don't know about you guys, but I didn't see a face mask. But hey, I guess South Kitsap will take anything they can. another excellent example of number 34, Ryan Cole, moving his feet. Once again, I'm going to attribute that to how much time he spends in the weight room. I know for a fact that him and another junior, Sean Banks, who is injured at the moment, spent every waking minute. Every waking minute they could in the weight room and outside running. They ran during lunches in the off season, and also early in the morning. They were out here running and getting ready for this football season, so it's well deserved.
So penalties and turnovers have hurt the Cougars here early on, even though the score is fairly close, as they have a face mask penalty added on to that run by Ryan Cole. As Vetters takes a little three-step drop, he looks for the man in the middle, and it's intercepted! It's intercepted by number 7, Scott LeBaugh. Oh, and there's a couple of penalty flags that come flying in here. Things get out a little bit out of hand. Vetters didn't see number 7, LeBaugh, and he stepped right in front of that pass, trying to hit the man on the slant, and it was intercepted as the officials will meet near the 30-yard line to discuss this penalty.
Yeah, that looks
and there's a clipping, and I believe it's a post-possession penalty, which will mean that the Cougars will retain possession.
At the end of this play, you'll see that it was clearly clipping on CK.
He just threw into too much coverage there. And you're right, yes, there's the clips right there. So the flags come flying in.
But that pass was that wasn't a good pass at all. That was way behind the intended receiver.
So turnovers are costly here for the Cougars as they get the ball back. One turnover follows another with just over 4 minutes remaining here in the second half as they hand the ball off to Kluge, but he's not going anywhere. He's going to be stopped at about the 15-yard line. Practically no gain on the play, maybe half a yard. It'll be second down for the Cougars.
Hopefully for SK's sake, that's not a huge momentum changer. SK was driving with only 4 minutes left in the game, and they look to be scoring right before halftime, but now CK has the ball, and we'll see if they can do it.
Well, even though the Cougars get the ball back on a turnover, they are deep in their own territory as they want to try and salvage a little distance here, so they might be able to give themselves some breathing room. And there looked like there was movement on the line. I don't see any flags, though. They hand the ball off to Kluge. He gets off the right side. It looked like there was movement on one of the side. I thought maybe the defense was offsides there, but nothing was called. Kluge had the ball, and he gets a gain of about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Cougars.
But as evidence from today's Mariner game where Carlos Guillen stepped on the plate when he made that bunt, referees don't catch everything, and so it looked like CK got away with that one.
And what a great win today for those of you who may have not caught today's ball game, but the Seattle Mariners defeated the Chicago White Sox in a sweep, and they won at Safeco Field in the bottom of the 9th inning, 2-1 over the Sox, and they are going to the ALCS Championship Series. So on 3rd down and 8 yards to go, the Cougars hand the ball off to number 35, and he gets out. Oh, and he's hit! Oh, what the big stick by number 19, R.J. Lang. Oh, what a hit by Lang.
R.J. Lang, one of those two-way players. He made a great catch earlier from an Anthony Fine pass. Now he comes up with that huge tackle.
Well, we see R.J. Lang make another devastating hit. I remember in the Rogers game, he made 2 of the hardest hits I've ever seen in football, period. I'm talking college, I'm talking pro, and he's just a hard hitter. He's out there with a lot of heart, wanting to play hard and just stick guys.
Lang hit him so hard that he knocked him far enough, got the momentum going backwards that they have to come out for a measurement. Otherwise, he would have easily crossed that 1st down marker. And it is a 1st down, barely. But what a defensive hit by number 19, R.J. Lang, to stop. That was number 35, Glenn West, with the reverse back to the left side. So the Cougars get a little more breathing room here as the ball will be spotted at the 24-yard line.
I think the only fault you can find with R.J. Lang on that play is he knocked him so hard, he knocked him over the 1st down line, so they got the 1st down.
He hit him so hard by the time he got up, his clothes were out of style. As the handoff to Kluge, but he goes nowhere. A nice defensive play there by the Wolves. Practically no gain by Cluj. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Cougars as Lowabash comes out of the game. He's down there on the sideline being coached by Joey Dame. Robbins looks over the defense. They pitch the ball out to Roy. He gets out to the right side, and he's not going very far.
He is met by number 7, Jeff Goodwin, the Wolf on that side, and what a great play by Jeff, stopping that and getting them out of bounds. It's now 3rd down and 9, and let's see what CK can do.
And Goodwin there is one of those juniors that we keep on mentioning. We're mentioning him all the time. So he'll be huge in the future.
Well, the Wolves are calling a timeout here in hopes that they can make the defensive stop and maybe even call another timeout after that and be able to get the ball back with just a little bit of time remaining before the first half.
Here's an early warning about school schedules you should keep in mind. This coming Thursday, October 12th, is an early release day so that kids will be getting home early. And then Friday, October 13th, there is no school due to a statewide teacher training day.
And next week, the Wolves will be playing. I believe that the South Kitsap Wolves will be traveling next week to Silverdale to play the Olympic Trojans. However, I believe that the game will be on Thursday night. The game will be played on Thursday night because of a statewide in-service, and most schools will be playing next week on Thursday, October 12th.
I don't know if you guys can hear it out in TV land, but those SK fans are loud, and they're getting a good home field advantage to the SK Wolves.
A key play here as Robbins throws the ball back to Roy, and he's not going anywhere, folks. He's going to be downed. That's a good defensive play there by the Wolves.
That was number 33, Dominic Rio, number 19, RJ Lang. They were out there, made Roy change his path, but he couldn't go anywhere.
They snuffed that one out from the beginning, and the Wolves are going to call another timeout here with 1:29 remaining in the half. So they should be able to get the ball back and try and get the ball back down to the other end of the field for a score.
Darren, if I can take this moment during the timeout to ask you a few questions. As a teacher here at South Kitsap, how do you feel that the levy failure has affected the school? Do you see any changes, or do you see the school kind of backing up everything and making a good situation out of something bad?
Well, I think that everyone is trying to maintain a positive attitude and try and make do with the best that we have. I guess one of the most immediate effects that we have seen was the removal of the junior high programs for all activities. And that is one thing that is a setback, but hopefully with the levies coming up that we might be able to have one pass, and we're just going to try and do the best that we have and get right back on the right track here with our community. So, and the Wolves are getting ready to receive the punt here. The kick is up. It's a line drive kick. It's fielded by number 5, Gary Snyder. He gets out to the left side. Gary's going to make it out. He's past the 30. He makes a cut back to the inside. He's still on his feet. There goes Snyder. He's going in. 5. Touchdown, South Kitsap. Can you believe it? But hold everything. There's a penalty flag on the play. We'll have to wait and see what the penalty is. The penalty was thrown back at the 14-yard line. Snyder was left, made a few cutbacks right, and that's usually an indication of an illegal block. But we'll have to wait and see what the officials say.
Face mask on CK.
Penalty or not, that was an amazing run by number 5, Gary Snyder. He was in, he was out, he was dodging. What an incredible play. I mean, he was laying jukes left and right.
Here we go, guys. Check out the replay.
We're going to have an instant replay on it right here. Look at Gary Snyder go. Number 5 going up the field, makes a cut, going up the field, cutting back, missing a block. There he goes right into the end zone. Gary Snyder with the touchdown.
Hey, I'd just like to give a shout out congratulations to Dino Linsal on that shot. That was a great angle of that run.
So a nice run by Gary Snyder. The kick was by Josh Chilton, number 31. The kick is up and it is good. So the Wolves are able to capitalize on turnovers by the Central Kitsap Cougars And they lead the Cougars 27-13 with 1:10 remaining in the first half. And what a nice return by Gary Snyder.
Well, I don't think that touchdown just gave South Kitsap the points on the scoreboard. I think kind of woke everybody in the stadium up. I believe everybody was just kind of felt like we were just going to get the ball and go into halftime, 20-13. But South Kitsap came out, and Gary Snyder got that line drive punt, and he scored, and everybody in the crowd went nuts. I think it's woke everybody up, and now we're ready to go play a little football.
Well, Snyder headed up the left side, and he got to about the 30-yard line, and it looked as if he was going to be tackled out of bounds by the Cougars, but he made a nice cut back to the inside, stayed on his feet, and was able to prance right into the end zone for a touchdown. What a momentum builder for the Wolves heading into halftime.
Well, Darren, you mentioned junior high levy cutbacks. Let's use this to plug Wolf Tracks real quick, which will be on Thursday evening at 7:30.
The kick by the Wolves is going to go out of bounds, so that's a penalty. And the Cougars will get the ball actually in pretty good field position at the 35-yard line with 1:10, no time off the clock. So that could be a costly move by the Wolves, as the Cougars will have good field position.
Number 81, Jimmy French on that kick. This guy comes in halfway through the season, giving up his time, coming out here and not only working out at kicker, but also working out at defensive back and wide receiver. And from what I hear from the coaching staff, is doing a great job. With games will come a little more experience, and this guy's just a great kicker. And I really just hold this kid really high esteem just from the effort he's showing.
And the Cougars, on the first play, before the half is over, they go to a running play, and Robbins is sacked for a huge loss. This is going to set them back farther. Looks like it'll be at about the 26-yard line.
What a huge sack by number 58, Matthew Anderson. That knocked them back at least 10 yards.
So a loss of almost about another 10 yards. It'll be second down and 20 yards to go for the Cougars. Robbins looks over the defense. There's a snap on the. There was a fumble on the snap. It looked as if the offense didn't get quite set, and Robbins got down under center, and it seemed as if the ball was hiked before he was expecting it. They fumbled the ball, but they were able to recover. And we're going to have a timeout here with 18 seconds left in the first half. The South Kitsap Wolves still lead 27-13 as the Wolves come over to the sidelines to talk things over. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here.
The video production students here at South are planning to tape all the Wolves home games this season. The games will be shown on BKAT Channel 3 or 12 the next day, Saturday at 2 p.m. So come to the games and enjoy it live, and then add the Saturday replay to your viewing schedule.
Well, that could have been a costly error by the Cougars with that fumble on the snap, but they were able to recover. And I would imagine that they're just going to try and maybe run the time off the clock here and head into halftime being down by only 14 points. Well, the Wolves break away first from the sideline as they get set. Looks like they're in a passing prevent defense from the pass. Cougars send a man in motion, the fake by Robbins. They're going to air it out to the left hand side. Oh, it's intercepted! Oh my, it's intercepted by number 19, R.J. Lang.
Defensive end R.J. Lang gets out there and he intercepts that pass. That's a great job. And you also have to admit, defensive linemen don't get to touch that football much, and he got out there and he intercepted that pass.
That's two plays we've seen with R.J. Lang has those great hands. The other one was that over-shoulder catch, and that one he laid out and made that catch. Wow, what an interception.
Cluj went in motion left. Robbins made a nice fake, threw the ball out into the left flat to Cluj, but R.J. Lang stepped right in front and intercepted the pass at the 18-yard line. So the Wolves still have a chance here as Fine throws the ball off to the left side to number 25, Tyler Mayfield, but it's incomplete.
Nice coverage by number 7 there, pushing him out where he couldn't cut in to make that catch.
And it looked like there was a little miscommunication. It looked like Mayfield wasn't even looking for the pass, but Fine did a nice job of making sure that it couldn't be completed. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Wolves with 8 seconds remaining as they're going to try and get some points on the board here, possibly before halftime.
I hope Travis Vetters isn't too down about throwing the interception because they took him out and put Fine back in. So that shows that Fine is okay. Then the Vetters was just giving him a nice spell from the game.
So we might want to look for a pass. Chilton's lined up right here. Looks like a busted play. Fine rolls out to the left. There's a flag on the play. Fine barrels over a man, and he's taken out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
It looks like we had no tight end on that play for South Kitsap.
Now he comes on the field. It's a little late now, but they only had 10 players, and that will be the penalty.
So with 1 second remaining, there's a penalty on the play.
That's lucky for SK. They didn't catch that penalty because R.J. Lang, he had just made the interception. He was off the field there.
So they're going to move the Wolves back another 5 yards.
And they'll go for the field goal here with 1 second left.
Coach Sigurdsson really testing out the leg of number 81, Jimmy French, the new guy. Well, we'll see what he can do. This will be a...
Looks like the ball is going to be spotted at the 23-yard line.
So, Darren, what do you think? How long do you think this field goal will be?
This is going to be a 40-yard attempt, a 40-yard field goal attempt.
This is Jimmy French's first field goal attempt for South Kitsap. Let's see what he can do.
If he makes this 40 yards, that means he got the leg.
This will be one of the longest attempts in South Kitsap history.
Jimmy French attempting a 40-yard field goal before halftime. The kick is up and it is low and it's blocked by the Cougars. The kick is blocked. They didn't get the ball up in time. And it is no good. So the blocked field goal attempt by the Cougars, but the South Kitsap Wolves head into halftime with a 27-13 lead over the Central Kitsap Cougars. And that was actually a pretty nice half of football there by both sides.
Yeah, we got a great game going on here. Let's see if they can keep it up second half.
South Kitsap High School, where the Wolves lead the Central Kitsap Cougars 27-13. I'm Darren Bowden, and back in the booth with me for the second half of play is Scott Yingling and Kevin Nod. And Scott, we'll start with you first. What kind of game plan will the coaches be putting together for the second half?
Well, I feel it's going to be an all-around game plan. Anthony Fine's passing game's going very well. He's got a good arm. The balls are going where they want them tonight, and the South Kitsap receivers are catching the ball well. I believe that we're going to see a lot of action from Ryan Cole and that big offensive line again, and I think we're just going to see hard-nosed football.
And Kevin, even though that the Central Kitsap running game has been very strong this evening, just like Bremerton last week, turnovers and penalties have plagued the Cougars.
Yeah, they really have, and really the running game has been so strong. The difference between SK and CK have been the passing game. Fine's been completing passes and for long yards, and only pass I've seen from CK is a little lateral pass. So we'll see if they can get the passing game going and hopefully score on SK.
That strong running game by the South Kitsap Wolves, led by number 34 Ryan Cole and number 24 Matt Morey, have produced several touchdowns, along with about in excess of 50 yards, a punt return by number 5 Gary Snyder, and that gives the Wolves the 27-13 lead at halftime as the Cougars kick off, but the ball goes out of bounds, and the Wolves will get good field position here at the beginning of the second half as the ball will be taken out to the 35-yard line, moving from our right to left.
South Kitsap has to be very happy with their decision to kick the ball this half, or the first half, because now they get the ball. Scores 27-13. They have great field position now with the penalty, and I predict to see South Kitsap score on this drive right here.
Well, that's one thing we've seen a lot of this year, and we've been broadcasting the last couple of games, is that kickoffs have been going out of bounds. You figure the kickers could do a better job of keeping it inbounds.
So the Wolves come out first and 10 in the I formation. Fine hands the ball off to Cole. He gets up to the middle, up the left side, up to the middle level. I can't even say that anymore. I think I'm losing my voice here. But Ryan Cole gets a nice run here as he surely has a first down.
Once again, Ryan Cole really pumping those legs and getting extra yardage, even though, I mean, a lot of guys would have went down getting wrapped up with the legs right there, but still he's bursting forward trying to get that few extra yards.
Cole got about 10 yards on that play. It'll be first down and 10 for the Wolves from the 45. They hand the ball off to number 45, Starkweather. He gets a nice run, and he's going to be across midfield, almost to the 40-yard line in Cougar country. And so the first 2 plays from scrimmage, 2 big running plays, and 2 first downs.
I'd be careful with that. I'd make sure that you say Shane Starkweather, because like we mentioned last week, there's a lot of brothers on this team, and if they get their brother's name said and they only say Starkweather, it might be a little sibling rivalry of who it was.
Well, like I've been saying all season, Shane Starkweather with another great run, that little fullback dive.
Mine hands the ball off to Cole. He's not going anywhere. He was hit. The ball comes loose, but it's picked up. Looked like, is that Lang? I believe that's Lang who recovered the fumble.
He's been all over the place picking up balls, receptions, interceptions, and fumble recoveries.
Cole's momentum was stopped. I wasn't sure if the umpires were going to rule him down, but I guess his forward progress kept him going, and the ball spit out there on the ground, but Lang recovered, and will actually end up being about a 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Wolves at the 35. Ball hand off to Cole. He gets out to the right side. He's trying to elude a couple of Cougar tackles, and he does, and he gets across the 30-yard line down to about the 29. So a nice pickup of about 5 yards by Ryan Cole, and it'll be another Wolves first down.
Repeatedly, we see these SK runners keeping their legs going and picking up extra yards after the hit.
So we're nearing the first couple of minutes here of play in the second half, and the Wolves are already on the drive, and this is where the Wolves have really been able to become successful because they're in such good condition. Their shape is just amazing as they run teams down. There goes Cole again off to the left-hand side. Oh, and he's going to be just a touchdown-saving tackle again. Oh my goodness! And somebody's helmet comes flying off there in that pile.
It was number 67, Jeremy Aker, the starting left guard, or right guard, I believe. Another example of Ryan Cole just keeping his feet moving. Even when people thought he was going to go down, he was dragging Cougars behind him.
That looked to me like that was number 25, Greg Libacek, made that game touchdown-saving tackle right there. So that was a really key tackle.
Libacek makes a nice tackle again, saving a potential touchdown for the Wolves. It looks like we're going to have a brief equipment timeout here for the Wolves. Quick snap, handoff to Starkweather, straight up the middle, and he is going to cross the... It's going to be a pickup of about 5 yards, down to about the 15-yard line, another first down for the Wolves.
I know you said this a couple times, Scott. Shane's not the fastest guy, he's not the most powerful guy, but he gets those yards up the middle. Cole and Maury go outside and get the big yards, but Shane does the hard, tough yards up the middle.
That Central Kitsap defensive line looking a little tired there, the hands on the hips, as the Wolves are driving. Ball's given to Cole. Cole's going to get out to the left-hand side, and he's going to get in for a touchdown. Touchdown, South Kitsap, Ryan Cole from 15 yards out.
And really, that was great blocking by that huge offensive line. There was holes for Ryan Cole to take that all the way in.
Sort of that hesitation fake to the right. They hand the ball to Cole. Heading left with a big hole there on the left tackle. And he dances into the end zone for a touchdown as the kick is up and good by number 31, Josh Chilton. And so the Wolves are on the board early here in the second half, and they lead the Central Kitsap Cougars 34-13 with 8:37 remaining in the third quarter.
I think we got a replay coming up here, Connor. And as you see, the offensive line gets that push up the middle, and Cole just takes it and doesn't really get touched. I think he got touched by one CK player, but that was it. And this game was close at the beginning, but now SK seems to be pulling away with it.
So the Wolves gain momentum, scoring early here in the third quarter. And but there's a lot of football left here in this game tonight, gentlemen. Don't count the Cougars out yet. The kick by Jimmy French is taken early up the field, about the 30-yard line by number 25. By number...
Darren, I believe that was number 23, Cody McCulley, a sophomore on that tackle.
What a nice open field tackle. He tried to go outside, and Cody McCulley was right there and met him and dragged him down by the shoelaces, it looked like.
The ball was taken by number 25, Greg Liebachuk. And the Cougars will have the ball at about the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Laban in motion. They hand the ball off to Kluge. Kluge stays on his feet, spins around, heading up the middle, and he gets a nice gain of about 12 yards. What a great run by Kluge, and I'll tell you, Eric Roy and Mike Kluge are doing a heck of a job here tonight running the ball against that South Kitsap defense.
Really, I know I mentioned it earlier in the game, but they have a 1-2 punch just like Maureen Cole. And on that run, it looked like he kept his legs moving, and he kept the extra yards after the hit, just like SK's been doing all game.
Looks like number 91, Lowell Bosch, came out of the game, and number 4, the sophomore, Andrew Sun, went in at linebacker.
Robbins makes the fake to the right, or left, rolls out to the right, and it's caught by number 31, Eric Roy. He stays on his feet. He makes the catch, and he gets down to the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 7 yards. 2nd down and 3 for the Cougars.
Once again, junior number 7, Jeff Goodwin, with that tackle. We've mentioned so many underclassmen so far. They're making a huge impact, and so SK should be around for a couple years with these talented players.
Another nice fake by Robbins, and then he rolled out to his right and hit Roy in the flat. As Laban and Delamay split, they hand the ball off to Roy, and he gets out to the left-hand side. I don't know. He's going to be close to that 1st down. He might be just about a yard short or so to see where they spot it. And it'll be 3rd and short, about a yard to go for the Cougars. So a key play here early in the second half. The Cougars need a big play here. They fake the handoff. Robbins passes out into the flat. It's completed.
Seemed to be knocked out of bounds by number 91, Lowell Bosch. Waited for the linebacker to come over and make that tackle.
The catch was made by number 86, Garrett Jackson. So after the completed 1st down play, or the 3rd down play, it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Cougars, just past midfield at about the 49-yard line. Laban in motion again. They hand the ball off to Roy, and he gets off the left-hand side. He gets up left guard, getting close to the 1st down, a gain of about 9 yards.
Adam Roy for the Central Kitsap Cougars is having an excellent game tonight. He's hitting the hole as well. He's driving his legs. He's keeping going. Even though they're down by a few touchdowns, you know, this kid is playing like he's up by like 3 or 4 touchdowns, man. This guy is playing hard. And also the other running back, number 20, Mike Klug, is also having a great game. These guys are great talents, and I expect to see a lot of these guys out in the future.
Well, we are without our official statistician, Mr. Doug Bolton, but we can guess that both of these running backs for Central Kitsap are on their way to over 100-yard performances for tonight, which is an excellent, excellent feat for any high school team.
Yeah, they're easily coming towards that 100-yard mark. Both defenses have no answer for the running backs. CK is running all over SK, and then SK is running all over CK.
An assist from Lowell Bosch.
And that run by Cluj put the Cougars into Wolf territory again, near the 35-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. They split 2 receivers to the left. Robbins hands the ball, and he's met to number 31, Eric Roy, and there's a flag that comes in from our side. And this is, we'll have to wait and see what this is, but this could be, we haven't been very good on predicting what the calls have been tonight, but.
Well, we're not magicians. We're just announcers there, Darren. You know what I mean?
Just what I thought. It looked like a face mask. So that's going to back the Wolves up even more. So the Cougars have a nice drive going here with 5:10 remaining in the third quarter, down by 21, but it's not over yet, folks.
Well, Darren, I don't want to brag or nothing, but I was going to call a face mask, so, I mean.
Well, I figured that one of you was going to call
Well,
that.
I didn't want to say anything because, then I would show everybody up.
Well, we don't know for sure if you're going to call it, but one thing we know for sure is the big Jeff Rio was up there, and he made that tackle. It's just, according to the refs, he grabbed onto that face mask on the way down.
Robbins drops back. He's looking for, and it's caught by Cluj at this 14-yard line.
Boy, and Darren, you're right. We shouldn't be counting these CK players out. I was a little forward on saying it seems that SK's running away at this. CK's marching right down the field and looks like they might go in for the score again.
The Cougars have done a nice job of responding to an early touchdown by the Wolves, and they pick up 15 yards on the play, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars at the South Kitsap 15-yard line. So a little bit of the run and the pass. Well, and we almost had an offside there by the defense. They hand the ball off to Roy. He heads up over left guard, and he'll gain a couple, maybe 3 on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 7. So a nice series of plays here by the Cougars. Good ball control, showing a lot of poise.
And really what seems to be the difference so far in the game was the kickoff return by Gary Snyder. I mean, so far the teams have both been, marching on each other, but SK held them that one drive, and Gary Snyder was able to return that punt.
Robbins hands the ball to Roy, straight up the middle. He'll gain a couple more.
Roy was met by number 79, Jeff Rio, on that play.
He picks up another 3 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and about 6 yards to go. And I would imagine that this might be 2-down territory for the Cougars here, being trailing by 21 points, as we're going to have an official's timeout here.
Yeah, it seems Jeff Rio had a problem with this helmet, so they're just calling timeout so he's able to fix it.
Seems to be a little confusion on the side of the South Kitsap defense.
Yeah, it looked like number 23, Cody McCauley, was going to go in for Ryan Garrison, but last minute they decided not to send him in.
Well, I guess they've got everything under control, and the Cougars come out with a 2-back set. Labago's in motion. They had the ball off to Cluj off the left side, and he's going to be close to that 1st down marker, but we are seeing a flag coming from the CK sideline, and they're pointing to that side, indicating that it might be against the Cougars, and it is. It's a holding penalty. Huge penalty right here against the Cougars, as that'll back them up another 10 yards.
Number 69, Ben Duncan's running into the game. We'll see who's coming in. Oh, he's coming in for big Jeff Rio. Give that big guy a rest.
Well, it doesn't take the Cougars out of the whole play, but boy, they were driving nicely on the South Kitsap defense, but these penalties have been hurting the Cougars throughout the game, and it'll be 3rd down and 16 yards to go now from the 21-yard line of the Wolves. Looks like this will be a passing down. Robbins looks down the middle. Roy had the ball in his hands, took his eyes off the ball as he saw the defender coming up to him to make the hit, and he dropped the ball at about the 15. It's going to be 4th down and 16 for the Cougars.
Even if he caught it, senior Brent Carson, number 41, was right there to meet him, and he would have gotten leveled even if he caught it.
Well, we've seen it a couple of times earlier in the game where the Wolves had the Cougars back deep in their own territory on 3rd and 4th down long, And they gave up some big yardage, but it looks like the Cougars are going for a field goal here. Of 37 yards, the kick is up, and it is no good as it is wide left.
Well, it had the distance, Darren and Kevin, but it just went a little wide left. That's all. Laces out, I guess.
That's the one thing about the high school game is that the kicking game is not really too efficient because it's not like the NFL game where the kickers just sit there and practice all the time. In the high school game, they'll usually like go for it on that little short down.
So a big stop by the Wolves defense, and South Kitsap will take over on down. They will have the ball in their own territory. The ball will be placed at the 20-yard line. So the Wolves have 80 yards to go, and I would imagine they're going to be looking for some ball control and try and run a little bit of time off the clock here with 2:54 remaining in the third quarter. The Wolves still leading 34-13. As Fine hands the ball off to Cole, he gets up the middle. He dances around a little bit, stays on his feet. Ryan Cole is gone. Will he make it? 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, South Kitsap. Can you believe it? The first play from scrimmage, an 80-yard touchdown run by Ryan Cole.
Ryan Cole busts through that scrum in the middle of the field. I mean, I didn't think he was going to get after 5 yards, and he just runs through, busts through, everybody scrambles and scores a touchdown.
Forget clock control. They wanted to go for that one punch. I mean, it looked like he was going to get tackled like Scott just said, and so they're going to run out the clock, but no, he busts through with his legs, keep on moving, and they don't need clock control. They're going for the points.
Cole went straight up the middle, was being grabbed at by several Cougars around the 30-yard line as the extra point kick is up, and it is good. Cole was around the 30-yard line, and he stayed on his feet, looked like he was going to be dragged down, but he ran 80 yards for the score.
Well, this is a huge difference from last week where we saw a lot of tackling going on and not a lot of breaks for open yardage like that, but this week, Ryan Cole is just running all over. Here's an instant replay. Ryan Cole gets the handoff, goes through that huge scrum of guys, makes the break. He's getting chased by 2 Cougars, number 5 and I believe number 7, and just outruns them and goes in for the touchdown.
Really, right past that line of scrimmage, 3 Cougars had the shot to tackle him, but they did not wrap up, and Cole with those strong legs just bust through.
Great balance by Ryan Cole and an 80-yard touchdown run. The South Kitsap Wolves add on one more touchdown, and they lead the Central Kitsap Cougars 41-13 with 2:40 remaining here in the third quarter. Jimmy French gets off a nice kick, fielded by number 24. See if we can confirm that number. Number 24, Tommy Driver Jr.
Another great tackle by number 8, Nick Anderson. That sophomore has made so many key tackles in the last 2 games that I've seen, and this guy is just one good sophomore.
So the Cougars will take possession at the 30-yard line on their own territory. And boy, after a nice series of plays by the Cougars to control the ball here in the third quarter, the Wolves come right back and score on an 80-yard touchdown run by Ryan Cole. So the Cougars have a lot of yards to make up here. They hand the ball off to Kluge. He powers his way on a counter up near the 35-yard line for a gain of 5. It'll be second down for Central Kitsap. The Cougars come out of the huddle. They set in 2 receivers to the right. Looks like a passing formation. LeBon motion. They hand the ball off to Roy. We believe that was Eric Roy, number 31, who gets up the left-hand side. A gain of a couple more yards. It'll be third down and 3 yards to go for the Cougars. So on 3rd and short, the Cougars come out. Robbins pitches the ball to Roy on the left. He gets a couple of nice blocks, stays on his feet, and he gets out near the first down marker. And yes, he will. Roy will pick up the first down, so another nice run by Eric Roy. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Good ball control here. Even being down 41-13, they're still maintaining poise and control and running the ball nicely against this South Kitsap defense, just chipping away 5-6 yards at a time. Robbins drops back. He looks for a man off the right-hand side. He's got, oh, and the outstretched arms of, was that Kluge?
I believe it was number 88, Colin Arper. I believe. Darren.
Robbins pass intended for Josh Goffin.
Actually, that was number 81, Josh Goffin. Robbins threw a nice pass just out of the reach of Goffin, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Cougars. Robbins hands the ball and he's tripped up. It looks like that was Roy. Roy.
He was tripped up by number 69 defensive lineman Ben Duncan, a junior, 5'8", 214. That's a load hitting you right there.
It's a good thing Duncan tripped him up because he had a lot of room ahead of him to run. So Roy practically doesn't even get a yard on the play. We'll call it 3rd and 9. As the Cougars come out with 3 wide receivers, Roy is the lone setback. Robbins drops back, looks left, he's got a man open, but he overthrows him. Kluge was open on the left near the 30-yard line, and Robbins overthrew him. It'll be 4th down and 9 for the Cougars.
And here comes the punt team, Darren and Kevin. I believe we're going to see a punt, but you gotta think about last week and what happened with Bremerton. We thought they were going to punt, and boom, they come out with a fake punt, and Blair Kimmins from Bremerton scores a 70-yard touchdown. So if I were South Kitsap, I'd be worried.
And like you guys just said, Kluge was wide open. He had totally burned number 88, A.J. Edwards. And he was wide open, but the pass was errant.
Well, whatever happens, the Wolves just want to make sure that they take care of the ball with the lead that they have. The punt is almost blocked. The kick is away. It'll bounce at the 30-yard line. And that's where it'll be as the 3rd quarter comes to an end here at Joe Knowles Field in South Kitsap High School, where after they switch sides, the Wolves will have possession at about the 30-yard line, and they maintain a 41-13 lead over the Central Kitsap Cougars.
Get involved in your school, South Kitsap School District. One way to do it is to attend our school board meetings. They are held on the 1st and 3rd Mondays of every month. Meetings start at 7 p.m. The public is invited, and in fact, our schools desperately need the input and support of all community members. So attend the school board meetings and find out what's going on in your community schools.
Well, the South Kitsap Wolves did a pretty nice job of dominating the 3rd quarter, but Central Kitsap held its own with a nice running attack. They just were unable to get that ball into the end zone, while the South Kitsap Wolves scored a couple of more times here to take a commanding 41-13 lead. As we get ready for play to begin here in the 4th quarter, as they will be going from our left to right, and the Wolves will start in their own territory at the 30-yard line. Also possibly expect a lot of substitutions in this 4th quarter. As Fine fakes, he's flushed out of the pocket and he rolls to his left. He looks for a man wide open, and it was number 99 who let the dogs out. That's my man, Josh Meeker. But the pass was incomplete. We could see Meeker try to keep his feet in bounds.
Well, guys, we have a block in the back by SK offensive lineman. I'm not sure which one, but we'll have to see the replay or something. I don't know.
We'll have to see what the penalty is here. But it obviously looks like it's against the Wolves, and they're going to scoot him back here. Fine intended the pass for number 99, Josh Meeker. So it'll be second down and a long ways to go for the Wolves here. The pass being intended for number 99, Josh Meeker, and we know that you can tell when Meeker's in the game when you hear that "Who let the dogs out" as the student crowd for South Kitsap even gets into it. As we see Ryan Cole gets the handoff and he's going to be stopped, and another penalty flag comes out, and that is in the area of holding.
And one thing about Josh Meeker, he's a really cool guy to know. There's a big thing about senior section in the lunchroom and stuff, and he's one of the only juniors that is allowed to sit in the senior section with the seniors. So a lot of seniors like him, and he's a cool guy.
Well, I've had Josh Meeker in class before, and he's just an all-around great kid, and he's probably the most spirited student in the whole school. So you'll know when Josh Meeker, you'll know when he's in a room. Well, the penalty was accepted by Central Kitsap, and South, they have a second down and a country mile to go here, about 30 yards. And again, more penalty flags. Things are getting a little out of hand here, so the discipline side is starting to wander a little bit.
Well, you got to admit, with a score like 41-13, things can reach a pandemonium stage here. And I don't know, the South Kitsap line, they're a little jumpy, maybe a little anxious. You get guys in there that don't play a lot, and they're anxious to play and show the coaches what they want to, what they can do, and they want to be out there scoring touchdowns and stuff and having a little bit of this glory,
Well, the original line of scrimmage is about the 30-yard line, but the Wolves are all the way back at their own 5, so they hand the ball off to Ryan Cole. He gets up the middle, but he's taken down by the Cougars. He gains about 5 yards on the play to the 10-yard line.
That's one thing about South, though. They seem to be getting stronger every week. Coming from the opening day loss to Rogers, every week they seem to be getting stronger and stronger. And from the score right now, 41-13, I'm not going to say the game's over, but it looks like they've got this. Looks like they could win this game really easily.
So it'll be third down and about 30 to go for the Wolves. This is a golden opportunity here for the Cougars to have a good defensive stance to hold them. They hand the ball off. The Wolves aren't going to fool with any trickery or any passing plays, as they'd like to run the clock out here as much as possible. And on third down, they hand the ball off to Cole, and he only gains a few more yards. It'll be fourth down and a punting situation for the Wolves. So with just over 10 minutes remaining here in the game, number 31, Josh Chilton, will be back to kick for the Wolves. And number 5, Derek Rutledge, will be receiving for the Cougars. There's the snap. The kick is up, and it's a line drive. Rutledge lets the ball hit, roll, and it'll be down at about the 45-yard line, where Central Kitsap will take over with good field position in Wolves territory. What's
really bad about that is the Wolves have gotten them so far back from the first down marker. That punt actually only landed 5 yards past the first down marker, so they didn't. So CK is getting excellent field position here.
It was almost a quick kick by Chilton, and Rutledge didn't really have a lot of time to field it before the Wolves got down there. And instead of fooling with fumbling that punt return, he just let it bounce, and the Cougars will have nice field position. Robbins still in at quarterback. Sends a man in motion. Oh, Robbins makes a nice fake on the play, and the ball is caught by number 11. DMA Lemming, but there's a penalty flag on the play.
Oh.
And from the looks of it, the quarterback number 12, it looks like it's on CK.
Number 12 has his hands on his head, wondering what could have happened. He's really amazed that, great play like that, and he gets brought back by a penalty. That's a real tragedy for the CK.
A nice pass from Robbins to Lemming, but it's all for naught as it's coming back. As the officials are indicating the ineligible receiver downfield, I believe. So instead of another nice gain deeper into Wolves territory, the Cougars will be pushed back just near midfield. So wipe that play out. It'll still be first down and 15 to go for the Cougars. Robbins rolls to his left. He has nowhere to go, and he's taken down. He is sacked.
Oh, what another great play by number 19, RJ Lang. We've been saying his name all night long. He's just been all over the field making interceptions and everything. Another great sack. He jumped up and made the quarterback not want to throw because he could have blocked that pass too.
A nice play by Lang, and the Cougars are driven back even further. It'll be 2nd and 20, so things getting a little rough here on both sides of the ball offensively for South Kitsap and CK as they come out in a passing situation. 3 wide receivers. Roy's the lone setback. They hand the ball off to Roy. He gets out to the right side. He stays on his feet. When he barrels over that corner over there for the Wolves. What a play by Eric Roy as the corner for South Kitsap came up to meet him, but Roy just barreled right over him to gain a nice play right there. A few yards, it'll be 2nd down and 10 yards to go for the Cougars.
And really, it seems that each night a different defensive star steps up. Last week I heard a lot of chat about Vol Bosch having a great game. Now this game looks like RJ Lang.
Actually, it'll be 3rd and 10 as Robin hands the ball off to Roy. He gets out to the left side. He's trying to get out further left, but he's not going anywhere as he's stopped by number 88, Anthony Edwards. It'll be 4th down for the Cougars, but I would imagine that they would be going for it. With 7:39 remaining in the game. And the Wolves have a comfortable 41-13 lead. On 4th down, Robbins drops back, looks left. He's got a man open.
Yeah, I don't know if he's
And
got
it
the
is
first
complete.
down. It looks as though he's short. Oh, no.
It'll be close. No, I guess he just barely crossed the 35-yard line down to about the 34 to number 20, to Mike Kluge. And it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Cougars.
And really, guys, with this monitor working in here, I'm seeing some great shots by the video production crew, and you really got to congratulate them on a great show they're putting on. They're getting some great shots, and they're really doing a great job down there.
Cougars hand the ball off to number 31, Eric Roy again, and he is met hard by a pack of Wolves.
He's met initially hard by number 8, Nick Anderson, the sophomore, man. We just keep mentioning this guy's name, and with a couple more years of lifting and getting in that weight room, by the time this guy's a senior, he's going to be devastating on defense.
Central Kitsap keeps handing the ball off to either Kluge or Roy, and I'll tell you, they're taking a beating today, but they are holding their ground as both of them have got to be near the 100-yard performance today. It'll be 2nd and 5. Looks like a busted play by Robbins. Don't know if he mishandled the snap or lost his footing, but he backed away a few steps and then he just kept it and started heading upfield.
And to me, it looked like number 75, Chris Kruger, just clogged up that hole when the quarterback tried to take off and go.
So the Cougars will be facing a 3rd and 5 from the South Kitsap 30-yard line. Robbins drops back. He looks for the man left. Number 7, intended for number 7, Scott LeBaugh, but it is incomplete.
That pass was knocked away by number 88, A.J. Edwards. What a great defensive job there by A.J. Edwards to knock that ball out before the guy couldn't catch it.
Good coverage on the South Kitsap passing defense, and it'll be 4th down and 5 to go for the Cougars, and they will go for it again here as time is running down in the 4th quarter. They'll send out 3 wide receivers. Robbins drops back, looks for the man in the flat. The ball is caught. He stays on his feet. That's number 11. DMA Lemming stays on his feet. He made a nice catch at about the 20-yard line, eluded a couple of tackles, and he gets close to that goal line. He gets down to about the 2-yard line.
These CK Cougars, they're just forgetting about the score, man. They're still playing hard. Look at this drive. How long have they gone, Darren and Kevin? I mean, these guys are driving down the field, making plays, breaking tackles. These guys are just fighting right to the end. These guys have a big heart.
Well, really, you just said it, Scott. How long have they been going? They're taking a lot of time off this clock when they keep on running and completing passes. This time's ticking away, and they need to score some points in a hurry.
Well, Robbins keeps the ball on a quarterback sneak, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown, Central Kitsap. So just like that, CK keeps the ball, and they get into the end zone, and I'll tell you, there's no quit in Central Kitsap.
You see number 91, Lowell Bosch, going in for number 41, Brent Carson. And let's see if, oh, it does look like they're going for the extra point. I thought they might be going for 2 and try to get as many points as they can up on the board.
Forbes with the kick. Kick is up and good. So the Central Kitsap Cougars get a score here with 5:05 remaining in the game, and the Wolves still lead the Cougars 41-21. And I would imagine that we might be seeing a few more substitutions here in the second half.
Well, I think we're going to be seeing a replay here in a little bit.
This was a replay, I believe, of the pass play that set up the 1-yard touchdown plunge. Robbins drops back, has Lemming. He catches the ball just beyond the 20, stays on his feet, breaks a few tackles, keeps driving the feet. What a nice run.
For a little while, that was a touchdown-saving tackle by 69 Ben Duncan, but they scored anyway, so it was all for naught. Really, Scott, I think they didn't go for 2 on that play because no matter what, it's under 21-point lead, so 3 touchdowns beats them now. So I think they went for the extra point because now it's only a 20-point lead.
I stand corrected, Kevin.
I don't think those South Kitsap coaches will be happy until the gun goes off. Ending play here at Joe Knowles Field. And so they're still going to be very leery of what the Cougars do here. And we could possibly expect an onside kick or maybe a line driver. But the ball is kicked deep to number 44, Victor Valle. He catches the ball and he heads up to the right. Oh, my, he's taken down.
What a hit.
See if we can get who that was. Looked like he was taken down by number 13, Tyler Shannon. Valle was heading up the middle, cut out to the right side, and was hit by Shannon and spun around and taken down quick. So 1st and 10 for the Wolves, but they're deep in their own territory. Don't count the Cougars out yet.
I have a feeling, gentlemen, that, 4th quarter, 41-21, we're going to be seeing a lot of substitutions. Victor Valle is in, a sophomore. He's in for Ryan Cole right now at running back. And I believe there's a few other positions that are being filled by sophomores at the moment.
Travis Vedder's now in at quarterback for number 15, Anthony Fine.
I actually read an article in the paper today, guys, that Ryan Coles was a couple weeks ago, was on pace to, he had a chance to set the area rushing record, but with this game and last game where they're putting all the backups in, he's not in to make the yards, so I don't think he'll be able to get it this year.
Part of the strength of the South Kitsap offense is their depth at running back. With Cole and Maury out, you've got a person like Victor Valle who can step in there and gain a few yards for you. As they pitch the ball out to the right side to Valle, he gets a nice gain on the play, nearing the 30-yard line, where I believe he'll have a first down, a gain of about 10 yards. Nice run by Victor Valle.
And that's right, Darren. They do got a lot of depth, and they got a running back at each grade level. So each year when they're a senior, they'll start, and then so they'll be trained through the years until they become a senior.
So the Wolves will have a 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. They hand the ball off to Valle again. He skips out to the left-hand side. There goes Victor Valle. I don't know if he'll get caught. He's going to get caught by number 7. Yes, he will. Nice run by number 44, Victor Valle.
And right there you see the difference between Ryan Cole, who's a junior, who's gone through the weight room a couple years, has been out, you know, really making an effort, getting faster. You see Victor Valle, who's a very fast kid, can cut, you know, has the potential. Great running back, and I like to see him outrun all those guys next year after another year in the weight room and just building that leg strength up. Nice job, Victor.
Valle took the ball off left tackle and got 40 yards on the play. And they hand the ball off to Valle. Nope, looks like they handed it off to number 4, Andy Sun. He heads up the middle, but he was met by the CK Cougars. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Really going back to that play 2 plays ago, Valle was unable to outrun number 7, Scott Labaugh, and really he seems not to be quite as fast in the open field as Ryan Cole, but we'll probably see that improve by the time he becomes the number 1 guy.
They hand the ball off to Valle. He gets across the 30. We'll call it at the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6 yards to go for the Wolves.
And then for about 4, stopped by Josh Guffin.
Third down for the Wolves. They hand the ball off to Valle. He gets out. Oh, and he's met hard by one of the Cougars there, by number 22, Blake Berryman. Nice tackle by Berryman. It'll be 4th down for the Wolves. In fact, Valle lost a couple on the play. So after a big 40-yard gain, the Wolves on a couple of straight plays have a hard time advancing the ball. 4th down, and they will probably go for it here as they'd like to try and run out the clock as much as possible. There's 2:20 remaining here in the game. Vetters fakes the handoff, and he rolls out on a quarterback keeper to the right, and he's not going to make the 1st down. He gets out to the 25. It's a nice fake by Vetters. He tried to get out to the right side of the right corner, but he was chased down by Greg Liebachuk, and the Central Kitsap Cougars will take over on downs at their own 25.
And boy, haven't we been mentioning Greg Liebachuk all night long. He's been a great defensive stopper for CK.
So the Cougars take over on possession of downs. Up, they're going to bring this back. That's false start on the offense. Looked like Labaugh was started in motion there on the right side as the wide out. Scoot him back 5 yards. 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 5. Yeah, that's my New England. That's my New England Northeastern States.
Are we going to go to the calf to this there, Darren?
They're going to scoot him back 5 yards.
No ma.
No ma. It'll be 1st down at 15.
Fast and Cava. We're going to be doing a variety of accents up here in the booth now. From now on, next week we'll feature our New York accent.
We like to represent all parts of the United States up here in the booth. So we have 2nd down and 15 for the Cougars. Robbins drops straight back. He looks for Kluge. Kluge was open at about the 25. A good coverage by the Wolves. It'll be 2nd down and 15 for Central Kitsap.
On the coverage for the Wolves, Brent Carson.
And I see that number 99, Josh Meeker, is in on defense now for the Wolves. And I can tell you that if he makes any kind of a play, that this crowd is going to absolutely erupt. Mr. Spirit himself.
It will be sheer pandemonium in the crowd. Dogs and cats living together.
It'll be wild.
It'll be nuts.
Robbins drops back. He looks for his man, and that was Labaugh running a cross pattern just past the 20, incomplete.
And guys, wouldn't it be perfect if the crowd broke out into Who Let the Dogs Out? Because, I mean, we've already mentioned the Mariners today. They won. They're moving on to the next round, and that's their theme song. So it would be great if the crowd erupted in that song.
So with 1:50 remaining in the contest, 3rd and 15 for the Cougars at their own 20. Wolves fake the blitz.
It looks like we had a little movement on the offense. The linebackers for South Kitsap came up in a masked defense, it looked like, and dropped back just at the last second, and those linemen got anxious and started moving.
I've never seen a coach so animated. Coach Fairweather jumped up and down trying to get the refs to call that play, and when they did, he started celebrating. It was kind of funny to watch.
So with a penalty on the play, the Cougars scoot back 5 more. It'll be 3rd down and 20 from their own 15.
And there he is, folks. That's Coach Fairweather. You just saw him on your TV.
Robbins drops straight back. He's going for the home run ball to number 11, and the ball's incomplete. The pass intended for Lemming. Great coverage by number 11, Travis Vetters, and it'll be 4th and 20 for the Cougars.
And really, folks, this coaching staff has done a great job getting their boys prepared for this game. They've been working hard. They practice every day, and even coming on Saturdays to review film. So they've been working hard getting these boys trained.
Well, even with a huge lead like this, you can see that the Wolves are not letting up, and the coaches are yelling at them at the sideline, telling them to keep going as the pass is made to number 31, Roy, out on the right flat. And they take the ball down to about the 25-yard line, so they get a nice gain on the play, but the Wolves are going to take over on downs late here in the game with 1:33 remaining, and the Wolves have a commanding 41-20 lead over the Central Kitsap Cougars.
That tackle was started by number 99, Josh Meeker, I believe.
On the last tackle.
As we see more substitutions coming into the game for the Wolves. 23, Cody McCulley for the Wolves, split left, high formation. They hand the ball off to Valle. He's mad in the middle. Oh, he's met in the backfield. What a great tackle by number 50, Justin Thayer, and he says no. Valle is met in the backfield for a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12. Call it 11. 2nd and 11 for the Wolves. They pitch the ball to Valle. He dances around a little bit, loses his footing, and he's going to lose a few more yards on the play. As we're going to see the clock stop here. There's a penalty flag down, usually in the area of holding or an illegal block in the back. He indicated as if it looked like that was a personal foul. We'll have to wait and hear what the call was.
They're moving SK back, so obviously it was against SK. I know none of us really saw what happened, so there it is.
Well, we couldn't quite hear exactly what he said, but it looked like it was a personal foul, and that's a 15-yard penalty. So back the Wolves up even further. It'll be 2nd and 31 with 28 seconds remaining here in the game.
That really does no harm to South with the clock only running down with only 20 seconds left. So this game's over, and they really no harm to South.
As the Wolves, with 10 seconds remaining here, are just going to run out this next play. Well, again, another penalty flag. And this is not what the South Kitsap coaches want to see. They want to see good, clean football to run the clock out here. But it'll all be for naught, as the South Kitsap Wolves will come away with a victory. They will improve their record to 4-1, and the Central Kitsap Cougars will drop to 2-3, and that's it, folks. The South Kitsap Wolves defeat the Central Kitsap Cougars 41-20. And we would like to thank you for joining us here at South Kitsap High School at Joel Knowles Field. We'd like to thank the students and the staff of the video production program here at South Kitsap who have made this television program possible. I'm Darren Bowden. I'd like to thank Scott Yingling and Kevin Nod. And again, the final score, the South Kitsap Wolves 41, the Central Kitsap Cougars 20. So long and good evening from South Kitsap, and we'll see you next week as the Wolves travel to Silverdale to take on the Olympic Trojans. Good night, everybody.